who I have here today is, from what I can tell, an amazing individual, Mr. Deontray Babb. All right, the insurance man out here saving lives.
Doing my best.
All right, so tell the people about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, my name is Deontray Babb. I'm from the country. I'm from the Kentucky, Hopkinsville, Kentucky is where I'm from.
Country boy.
Yeah, country boys, small town roots. And I just moved down here in November by way of Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where I was coming from. I was just working up there, living, hustling, grinding, and now I'm down here. So I work with Amazon. So Amazon decided I was good enough to be moved down here. So they moved me down here. They said, "You want to move? We'll pay you." I said, "Yeah, for sure."
Oh, that's what's up. That means he moves in excellence, y'all. If y'all didn't catch that, he said they paid him to move down here.
They did.
All right, so this man is serious. If you need some life insurance, even if you don't know you need some life insurance, this is who you need to talk to.
Very true, very true.
All right, and not to get off task, but I feel like we do lack in that area a lot of times in the black community. But anyway.
Just touch on that just a second. The one thing I will say is that, it's an instant wealth generation tool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that we lack in the black community a lot of times. You've heard it time and time again. When people die, we're trying to do collection plates. We're trying to do GoFundMes. The cost is communal, and it doesn't have to be that way. And life insurance, what it does is it instantly gives whoever you're trying to protect an instant benefit. It gives it to them tax-free. And that tax-free check can come in 100,000, 200,000, 3, 4, 5. So even if you out here hustling, for the fellas, if you out here on your grind, you hustling, you kind of shady in the streets, go ahead and get yourself protected. Protect your family, protect your seed, and leave a legacy for those that come behind you.
For sure. Even, Nipsey Hussle talked about it in his song Rap Niggas. I love that song. Yeah. He said he had $1 million insurance policy on his flesh. And we all know what happened to Nip, so...
It feels good to walk around, kind of walk around with your chest out a little bit, knowing if you don't make it home and what you're doing, everything good.
Yep, take care of home first.
Take money on the way.
And with speaking about home, describe your baby boy.
Man, my baby boy, his name is Boaz, and we call him Bo, Big Bo. And he's at home with his mom right now, and she does an amazing job with him. This boy is a bundle of energy. He's been a mover and a shaker ever since he came out. Even when he was a little baby, a newborn, he was trying to lift his little head up to see what he can do. And, so he's just very attentive, smart, athletic, and just growing down here in this Florida sun. So,
yeah, it sounds beautiful.
It is.
What was that feeling like when you found out that the mother was pregnant?
When I found out, the first thing I did was pray for a boy. That's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted. I come from a family, I got all brothers. So I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, excuse me. So, me and my brothers are a little spread apart. I think we're each 8 years apart from each other. So my middle brother's 8 years apart from me, and then my youngest brother is 16 years younger than me. So we got a lot of spread out, but I feel like I got a young spirit, so we still connect. So. But yeah, I always just wanted me a boy. I was an athlete growing up, and every man just wanted his boy. And I got my boy and another on the way. So, I'm set. I'm ready for a girl kind of now.
This man is blessed.
So,
were you able to be present for the birth?
I was. Crazy story was I was with Amazon. I was down doing some training down in Austin, Texas, and I got the phone call in the middle of the night that my girl's water had broke. It had broke like a week into her last trimester. And so I'm like, man, she's in a little bit of a panic. I'm in a lot of a panic. And it's about 2:30 in the morning. And so I'm getting on the phone, calling the people I need to call to let's get this flight going. And I hopped on the flight. I got there 4 hours before my son was born. So I made it all the way from Austin, Texas. He held off for daddy, and she was able to hold off too. So she was strong. It was a crazy situation, but I definitely made it. And yeah, I got to see him. I got to hold him when he came out, and I got to see the doctor get all the stuff out of him and tell him to, pull the umbilical cord down. So I got to do all of that. I got to do all of that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So it worked out.
That's beautiful. Who I have here today is, from what I can tell, an amazing individual, Mr. Deontray Babb. All right, the insurance man out here saving lives.
Doing my best.
All right, so I mean, tell the people about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, my name is Deontray Babb. I'm from the country. I'm from the Kentucky, Hopkinsville, Kentucky is where I'm from.
Country boy.
Yeah, country boys, small town roots. And I just moved down here in November by way of Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where I was coming from. I was just working up there, living, hustling, grinding, and now I'm down here. So I work with Amazon. So Amazon decided I was good enough to be moved down here. So they moved me down here. They said, "You want to move? We'll pay you." I said, "Yeah, for sure."
Oh, that's what's up. That means he moves in excellence, y'all. If y'all didn't catch that, he said they paid him to move down here.
They did.
All right, so this man is serious. If you need some life insurance, even if you don't know you need some life insurance, this is who you need to talk to.
Very true, very true.
All right, and not to get off task, but I feel like we do lack in that area a lot of times in the black community. But anyway.
Just touch on that just a second. The one thing I will say is that it's an instant wealth generation tool. That's the one thing that we lack in the black community a lot of times. You've heard it time and time again. When people die, we're trying to do collection plates, we're trying to do GoFundMes. The cost is communal, and it doesn't have to be that way. And life insurance, what it does is instantly gives whoever you're trying to protect an instant benefit. It gives it to them tax-free. And that tax-free check can come in 100,000, 200,000, 3, 4, 5. So even if you out here hustling for the fellas, if you out here on your grind, you hustling, you kind of shady in the streets, go ahead and get yourself protected. Protect your family, protect your seed, and leave a legacy for those that come behind you.
For sure. Even, Nipsey Hussle talked about it in his song Rap Niggas. I love that song. Yeah. He said he had $1 million insurance policy on his flesh. And we all know what happened to Nip, so...
It feels good to walk around, kind of walk around with your chest out a little bit, knowing if you don't make it home and what you're doing, everything good.
Yep, take care of home first.
Take money on the way.
And with speaking about home, describe your baby boy.
Man, my baby boy, his name is Boaz, and we call him Bo, Big Bo. And he's at home with his mom right now, and she does an amazing job with him. This boy is a bundle of energy. I mean, he's been a mover and a shaker ever since he came out. Even when he was a little baby, a newborn, he was trying to lift his little head up to see what he can do. And, so he's just very attentive, smart, athletic, and just growing down here in this Florida sun. So,
yeah, it sounds beautiful.
It is.
What was that feeling like when you found out that the mother was pregnant?
When I found out, the first thing I did was pray for a boy. I mean, that's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted. I come from a family, I got all brothers. So I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, excuse me. So, me and my brothers are a little spread apart. I think we're each 8 years apart from each other. So my middle brother's 8 years apart from me, and then my youngest brother is 16 years younger than me. So we got a lot of spread out, but I feel like I got a young spirit, so we still connect. So, but yeah, I always just wanted me a boy. I was an athlete growing up, and every man just wanted his boy. And I got my boy, and another on the way. So, I'm set. I'm ready for a girl kind of now.
This man is blessed.
So,
were you able to be present for the birth?
I was. Crazy story was I was with Amazon. I was down doing some training down in Austin, Texas, and I got the phone call in the middle of the night that my girl's water had broke. It had broke like a week into her last trimester. And so I'm like, man, she's in a little bit of a panic. I'm in a lot of a panic. And it's about 2:30 in the morning, and so I'm getting on the phone, calling the people I need to call to let's get this flight going. And I hopped on the flight. I got there 4 hours before my son was born, so I made it all the way from Austin, Texas. He held off for daddy, and she was able to hold off too, so she was strong. It was a crazy situation, but I definitely made it, and yeah, I got to see him, got to hold him when he came out, and I got to see the doctor get all the stuff out of him and tell him to, pull the umbilical cord down, so I got to do all of that. I got to do all of that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it worked out.
That's beautiful. I mean, what have you noticed? I mean, you mentioned he's a ball of energy. Have you noticed any interest that he has?
Yeah, he definitely takes an interest to books.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta have a lot of books for him since he's come out. There's probably some videos out there on Facebook. We've been drilling him with flashcards,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just that type of thing. Just trying to get him to understand. I just find it amazing. You know, you can look at a little child or look at a baby and know you came from that. And you know all the things you've been through and all the development you got, and you know when the lights cut on for you. You know, so sometimes I look at my boy and I'm like, wake up. And he up, you know, but I'm like, wake up. But I'm talking in a spiritual sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking in an awareness sense. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be able in charge of a little young spirit and get to mold and help develop and push him to new levels. And it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I love it. And I got two.
That's great. I mean, I don't have any kids yet myself, but I always feel like kids are entrusted to their parents by God, because he has these souls, and when God blesses you, it's because God trusts you to be what you should be for this little person.
Know that. It's an entrusted blessing and it's an entrusted curse.
Mm-hmm.
Just depending on how you operating in it. You know, as we look at places like Chicago, we can see some of the things that go on there. You know, and it makes us all put our heads down. You know, but if we, you know, we got to search a little harder. But you can find good fathers out there. I see it all the time. You know, men with their children all the time, and I see men with their families all the time. So it's out there. You know, but you do have to look a little harder for it though. So.
Are you still with the child's mother?
I am. Yep.
You are. That's beautiful.
So, me and her, we've been rocking for a while, and you know, I plan on being with her. We plan on being together, and just creating a strong family unit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've come a really long way in our growth and our communication and our maturity, and we still trying to take it to the next level too. I'm the type of person, and my spirit is, you know, I got a fire in my spirit to never give up. I have a fire in my spirit to never stop improving. And I'll do that, and I'll push and strive for that to the day I die. Whether that's brushing my teeth and tying my shoe, I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. You
know, so, I have that mindset. So that's the mindset I have in our relationship too. So we always going to be.
I just think it's beautiful. Everything you're saying is so great. It's exactly why I do this, because I want people to know Black fathers are present with their children and also present with the women who give them the children. You know what I mean? It's not like everybody's out here, you know, with baby mamas per se. You know what I mean?
I got lucky because, you know, like I said, me and her been together for a long time. Throughout her 20s, my 20s, to her 30s, my 30s now. So, you know, I got blessed to be able to work through a lot of things with her, you know, and throughout all that time, we never separated. You know, we've had some tough times, some little rough times, but, you know, I guess we built for it tough. You know, so it gives you stripes. You know, I think about, you know, some of the scriptures, some of the things like that, spiritual things too, and you got to be tried. You know, the gold got to be tried by the fire. Otherwise, it's fake. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you ever seen those videos where they're like, let me check your diamonds, let me check your diamonds.
Yeah.
But the diamonds, you want that diamond to go through that process so you know it's real.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise, it'll be fake. And it always show up at the worst moment when it's fake. You know? So.
For sure. Would you say that you're in love?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. We're crazy in love. So that's part of the problem.
Now, let me ask you a question, because some men, right? I hate to make general statements, right? Yeah. So some men, and I would say maybe even boys, because I don't know, I just kind of feel like if you are ashamed to admit that you love a woman, then you might still be a little immature. But maybe not. I don't know if it's environment or what, but...
You know, it could be. I don't want to say that, though, you know, because you never know what somebody been through. Mm-hmm. You know, you never know their childhood. You never know their past. You never know why they blocking off love. Maybe they don't know how to love. Maybe they don't, you know, understand all the benefits that come with it. So, you know, you can't always blame the person. You got to know their story, too. That's the next interview.
Yeah, that's definitely fair, because that's definitely true. Everybody has a story. Yeah. But you said it with your chest.
Let's say one more. Say what?
That you're in love.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that come with my young spirit too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she has a young spirit as well. So, you know, with that young spirit, it's always youthful. You know, it doesn't seem old. You know, so we still laughing and clowning and chilling and making babies. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And we waited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we waited, I mean, maybe 10 plus years. You know, so now it's just the right time. It's a good time. So, you know, all these things are welcome. You know, my mom had me at 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to break that generational curse and have my son at 34. You know, is that double age? Yeah, it's double age.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was able to do that, and, you know, I feel like I'm able to put him on a better plateau, you know, and that's how it should be. Hopefully when, you know, he get of age, he can be able to put his children on a better plateau. So we all striving again. We just trying to get better, you know, to the day we die.
That's what's up. And why did you guys wait to have kids?
Because it was the right thing to do. We chasing careers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we chasing money, you know, we've learning ourselves. We coming out of school, we coming out of businesses and coming out of the corporate world,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and trying to be entrepreneurs. So it's a lot of other things that we want to focus on before children. And we didn't feel there was a need to rush. Why not have a child at 30,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at 35? I feel like my mind is a lot sharper, you know, I'm less wild, take some of that sting out of the pool, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's good, you know, because when you have children, you got to get back to your childish ways in a sense if you understand being goofy with them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not being so serious, because a child is just so innocent, you know, and you realize like, man, I'm really taking care of by the Heavenly Father just like my child is taking care of by me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so, yeah, I think it just was right for us to look. You know, it may not be everybody else's situation, but for our situation, it worked out beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys are on the same playing field, like you and your partner, wife, girlfriend. I don't know.
That's my fiance. That's my
Fiance, okay.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. And I probably, you know, I'm a little afraid of marriage. Just you know, it's not a secret. She probably is too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and probably more that's on me than on her. But you know, it's cool. We're gonna work through that, and we still gonna be right now. You know, so some of the titles and things like that, you know, they may come, they may not.
Mm-hmm.
But me and her are always gonna be a unit. You know, we always gonna be a family.
That's what's up. And it sounds like y'all had vision of what you wanted your life to look like. Even if you didn't have it all planned out, you knew you wanted to kind of put things in place before the children. So, I mean, now that you guys have the kids and you have one on the way, I mean, what do you guys see down the line for the kids specifically?
For the kids right now, I'm just seeing, you know, we're just looking at their passions, just trying to get them a lot of different things to try.
Mm-hmm.
And we want them to figure it out early. You know, not like us, I'm not like myself, you know. In a sense, I'm still trying to figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I feel like if you can find your passion early, and you can find it at 5, 6, 7, you know, it's a blessing to find it. But if you can, and most children do. What I think is most parents don't take that, and I'm gonna see myself because this is new for me. So,
Yeah.
but I feel like most parents don't see their children doing something they like and push them in,
Mm-hmm.
and stay and keep them consistent in.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you can stay consistent in anything, it's always gonna bear fruit. You know, especially if you're doing a good work for it. So, you know, that's what I see for them. You know, just pushing them in an educational way. I really want their minds to be sharp. The athletics and all that stuff will come. You know, you ain't got to be athletic to play sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to have a sharp mind though. You know, no matter what. So that's really more what I'm focusing on, and everything else will fall into place out around that.
Nice,
So.
nice. Is there anything that you, I guess, fear as being a father?
I'm a spiritual man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so I'm not gonna say it's something no, it's nothing I fear.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not fearing anything. I got my policies in place, you know, so
Yeah.
as far as that goes, I'm sleeping well.
Mm-hmm.
My woman has her policies in place, so she's sleeping well too. So as we walking around again trying to do what we do, we know we got things in place and things in order to where if something were to happen, again, the vault's open. That's how I feel. You know, if the Heavenly Father decided to take my life right now, He opening up the vaults. That's all.
Yeah.
So if I can't get to it, it's gonna be got to. It doesn't matter. So, you know, no, it's not anything I fear. It's not anything I fear. You know, you want to make sure you teaching the right things and doing, you know, and that. But you can't never go off track with 1 + 1 = 2 and ABC and 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything else is gonna work itself out as long as we got the foundation and the core principles right.
That's what's up. You mentioned wanting a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after 2 boys, it's you know, it's time. You know, I feel like, and you know, the Heavenly Father's blessed me with 2 boys, and I want a girl after that. You know, so that's just it.
You think you're ready for a girl?
Nah, I still got some maturing to do. I still got some maturing to do. So no, I don't. But it's good. I you know, the things we're not ready for are some of the biggest blessings. You know, ain't nobody ready to get $1 million dropped on. But if you get that thing dropped on you, just imagine the quality of life that's gonna, you know, how that's gonna improve. You know, but you may not be ready for it. So, you know, even though I'm not ready, I'm still ready. So.
I like that. Even though I'm not ready, I'm still ready. I was just thinking she might be the one to come and get you ready. Your daughter.
Right. She might type me all the way up. You know, so that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So, you know, I welcome it, you know, and I relish it and I'll cherish it.
Yeah.
So.
How did your children change you as a person, as a man?
Just lock me in more. You know, maybe more focus. Maybe have more of a long-term vision. You know, I think sometimes we are a little short-sighted with the day-to-day hustle. You know, because you grind with your head down. But it's taught me to grind with my head up now, so I can see further out, kind of see things that may be coming, the things I need to do to get him ready or get him prepared. You know, even things like swimming. You know, getting him in swimming lessons, getting him in Becca curriculum early. You know, when I hear teachers, it's like your family. When I hear about teachers, I pick their brains. You know, I take that 50 years of knowledge they had, and I get, you know, I soak up what I can in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, whatever it may be. You know, and a lot of times when you ask a question for somebody that's been in the industry for 50 years, 30 years, 20 years, they're going to give you the best they got. Out of all them 20 years, they're going to give you the best 2 or 3 things they got right then and there. So, you know, I'm always looking for jewels. So my son just turned that up. You know, he turned that up as far as looking for the jewels, as far as trying to plan out, as far as trying to get my investments right, as far as trying to save my money, as far as making sure them policies is number one. You know, it's like, you know, as long as I got the house paid for, the policy is the next thing I'm paying. Because guess what? If I die, what did it matter if I kept the lights on? You see what I'm saying? If I die, what did it matter that I kept cable on? None of that stuff mattered. But if I pass away, it mattered that $250, that $300,000 come. You know, that matters because that's going to make a big difference. So, you know, and then just imagine the joy, you know, when you pass away and then, you know, a $300,000 check comes. Well, just imagine the grin on your face about that person that left you that money. You know, so those are the things that keep me solid on the ground. And my son just made that more, he just made that, made that focus greater for me.
Gotcha. And my last question has been on my mind as I was listening to you. Where do you think most of your value as a man lies?
But I got you. I got you.
Go ahead.
I'm traditional. I'm super traditional. My value lies in my ability to provide and my ability to protect. This is where my value lies at. Everything else is I'm not gonna say it's gravy, but those are the 2 main things that a man, I feel like, needs to do for his family: provide and protect. So those are the 2 things that again, I'm always growing on. I'm always trying to get better, especially with the providing part. You know, but yeah, provide and protect is my 2 main things. So.
Gotcha. Do you know that if you fall on hard times and money's not coming in the way that you prefer, that you still make a world of difference in your kids and your woman life?
Absolutely, because provide and protect. You know, I think what's happened with us in the Black community, when we say provide, we think monetarily. But I'm supposed to provide spiritually. I'm supposed to provide mentally. I'm supposed to provide encouragement. I'm supposed to provide thought. You know, I'm supposed to provide a lot of different things that may not necessarily be monetary. If I give you a bunch of money, you don't know what to do with it and how to invest it, then you're gonna have a house full of Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that, but it's a new day. It's time for our people to rise up and start to make better investments, better decisions with our money. We can't be the number one consumers in the world and we buying all this Gucci.
Yeah.
You know, we got the less, we own the least, but spend the most.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and these facts is well known in the black community, but we still not adjusting, you know, even though we know these facts. So those are the other things that I have to provide, you know, and I'm required to provide. So yeah, it's definitely not monetary. And yeah, we all live in check to check. Listen, as black folk, we damn near we all the same. You know, we different in our personalities and things like that, the things we go through, but we the same in the things we go through. We all live in check to check. You know, we all trying to put it together. We all trying to make good decisions. You know, even when we making bad decisions, we are not trying to make those bad decisions.
Yeah.
We just make them. But we
still with best intentions.
With best intentions, for the most part, yeah. For the most part.
Yeah, I think you are a beautiful spirit.
I thank you so much. Yeah.
And just beautiful in general. And something I've been trying to do lately was tell more black men and black boys that they're beautiful. And for me, I've heard like kind of feedback from a man before, like, oh, don't call me beautiful or whatever. But from my perspective, calling a man beautiful is more than, oh, you're handsome or you're cute or whatever, but it's to let you know that, and it's not even really about your outward appearance, even though it is beautiful, but it's just, you know, your smile, the fact that you're able to smile, your eyes, what I feel from you is a lot of love for your family, for your fiance, for your children, for yourself, you know, and for God. I mean, and I feel it. So to me, it's beautiful. So
you know, I appreciate that, and you know, if I would leave people with anything, is that you know, always be working on yourself, always be working towards a goal, always be working on your kids. You know, we gonna fall down plenty of times, but you know, we gotta always be working towards a greater good, towards a greater goal. Always be working. So you see me right now and things look nice, but you know, I have my rough and bad times too. You know, so as we all do. You know, so I don't want anybody to get fooled, you know, by what's presented here right now. I still struggle. You know, so that's what I want people to know. You know, everybody's gonna struggle. Everybody's struggling at all times. But you gotta keep working. You gotta keep pushing forward, even when you fall down, even when you don't feel like it's working, even when you don't feel like it. You gotta keep pushing. That's it. And if you ain't pushing, you might as well lay down and die.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Your existence is gonna make you feel like I might as well die. But if you pushing, you always gonna think, man, I could, I might, man, if I just do this, if I just do that, you know. So, you know, keep them words in your mind. If you just keep pushing, if you just keep working, you know, and then everything else will come together. The consistency will come, and once the consistency comes, then the sky will limit.
I feel like you heard my next question before I asked it, because the last thing I was going to ask you was if you could give any advice to men who see you and feel like, damn, I'm not like that brother. I don't have it together. I don't got no job. Like, I want to be with my kids, but I feel like I got all this stuff, you know, from my past. I'm trying to get myself together, and I can't take care of these kids, and they got the baby mamas in my ear, you know, and they feel like nothing, or they feel like they don't have value to give. They can't provide and protect the way they want to. And so shit, keep pushing.
Keep pushing. And for those guys or gals that feel like that, you need to trying to figure out how to work, get your insurance license. There's a lot of places out there that will buy your license for you. Go to Primerica. Primerica will take you to class. They'll buy your license for you. So even if you didn't graduate high school or you didn't graduate college, none of that matters. Go get your license and you can make you some money. Period.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's game right there. I didn't even know.
It doesn't matter. Learn the game, and what it's going to do, it's going to show you, it's going to make you put up or shut up. If you think you're entrepreneurial, if you feel like that, it's going to make you put up or shut up. Because this is definitely an entrepreneurial business. You got to make the phone calls, you got to make the dials, you got to show up. You know, sometimes you might not get that appointment, but it's okay. Like I told you earlier, when the other shoe drop, it dropped.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always a way out there, for sure.
And if I'm not mistaken, right, if you get into this insurance game and you sell a policy, it's like a continual paycheck, right? Every time they renew the policy, you get...
Some companies.
Okay.
The company I started to be with, Family First Life, you are able to get those renewals, you know, and that builds over time. But even that, that's the long-term play. But in the short-term play, I mean, sell the policy, get paid within 2 days. That easy, that quick.
That's what's up. I know this podcast ain't about insurance, but I heard, what's his name? Was it 19? It wasn't 19 Keys. It was another gentleman who was Muslim. And, you know, I don't know for anybody who knows, Muslim people don't borrow money from banks because they don't believe in paying interest. And I heard one Muslim brother say that they use life insurance policies as a way to buy a house. So they might rent for years and years and years, I guess, to let the policy build up and then go buy a house cash with the insurance policy. So just throwing out some game, you know.
Absolutely. You can definitely do that. It's called a return of premium policy. A lot of people don't even know about those, but you get all your premium back 100%. You get it back per the term. So that's a 10-year term, a 5-year, 15, 20, 25. You're going to get 100% of your premiums back. At that point in time, you either pay a house off early with that money or you go buy you a home. But if you was on that grind and you fell down, vault's open.
Yeah.
So.
This for y'all need to call for the insurance. The fact that he know that.
I appreciate it. I'm definitely available.
The number's going to be down below, so you ain't even got to worry about it. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.